Okay, thank you so much, Sydney, for being with us here today and being willing to share your career experiences, educational experiences with us. Without further ado, I'll hand it over to Emma, who has a couple questions for you.
Hi. So my first question is, where did you attend college for your undergraduate degree?
So I went to UNCW for my undergrad and I graduated in 2024, so I'm still a little baby. And I double majored in public health and biology.
Okay, awesome. And then, well, you said what your my next question was, what was your major and minor in college?
Yeah, so I double majored in public health and biology, and then I had to do some more stuff, so I also minored in WGS, so I was very busy.
Yeah. Um, why'd you choose WGS?
So I've always been kind of interested in just women and gender studies, just in general since high school. It wasn't necessarily on my radar that it was something I was going to kind of study more when I was in college because I was really focused on more sciencey stuff. Even though I love like the psychology and the sociology and everything. Um, but then when I was able to, I started looking into it, saw that UNCW had a program and was able to finagle it with my classes and with like my gen ed requirement. So it wasn't me taking a lot of extra classes, which was the main thing as well.
Awesome. And what's your current job title?
So I currently work at ECU Health as a digital literacy specialist. So what I do is my project has 18 counties, but I'm assigned six, and I go out to senior centers, libraries, churches, working mainly with older folks on ways that we can use devices and technology. Public health now considers access to internet one of the social determinants of health. So, like this, you being able to have internet or not is gonna have a lot of outcomes on your just kind of general quality of life and actual health. And so we're doing work to kind of bridge that divide. So meeting people where they are.
What inspired you to apply for this job?
So I was actually just looking for jobs after I graduated because I wanted something that was more in the public health field. So it's kind of something I just stumbled upon, and then I kind of got into more of a education type side of public health, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that now for the past 2 years.
Hmm. So what does a typical day look like for you, or like what are your day-to-day responsibilities?
So the biggest thing is, like I said, I have six counties I'm in charge of. So my biggest thing is going to the places I've got sessions scheduled. I typically have 3 to 4 sessions scheduled a week, so I'm on the road a lot. But I'll get up and I go to wherever I am, whether that's like a library, senior center, and then we have our class. So we have like a structured class that I present to them, and then they ask questions as we go along, and then normally that takes up most of my days, and then when I'm done, or if I don't have sessions, I'm normally doing emails, some kind of administrative stuff to try to get new sessions scheduled or reaching out to potential community partners that may be interested in having me come and host a class there.
Cool. Has having a minor in WGS influenced your career or your professional life?
So I definitely think, in general, I think it is the perfect way to add to a public health degree because public health, I mean, the basis of public health is what are the inequities in society, whether that's like systemic, local things going on, and how can we address those most of the time in a multidisciplinary way to help either get rid of them or help find some workaround so that people can get whether it's access to care, education, kind of whatever your target is. So I definitely think it's helped me broaden and have that intersectional approach to, this is many different ways something may affect someone. And public health's big thing is what are some multiple ways that we can, solve a problem. So I definitely think that is the biggest way it has impacted my public health career and just kind of my public health outlook.
Yeah. And then how has it benefited you on a personal level?
So I just love reading and learning and kind of just seeing new things. My favorite thing is just being on TikTok and seeing how are people applying these like women and gender studies context to whatever is going on. So like I just saw the Odyssey, so now my For You page is all people talking about how
Mhm.
Christopher Nolan needs to write women better. So definitely just what are ways that I can do things to, advance women and gender studies causes, me personally, or things that I can do to kind of like have conversations. I'm always talking with my family about kind of WGS stuff and politics. So, using what I know and I've learned so that I can help talk to other people about it and kind of, take away kind of the like scary stigmas associated with saying I studied these things or that I'm a feminist.
Cool. And then for my last question is, what is some advice that you would give a current UNCW student considering a minor in WGS?
I would definitely say go for it. Most of the time you can do a lot of your general education classes and pick and choose them so they fulfill your minor, so you're not having to take a lot of extra classes, which I know no one wants to do. I also enjoy it because it's just, again, I love to think about things and it gives you a lot of these critical thinking skills that you're gonna need in life. And I think it's just a great way to get involved on campus. I was an ambassador when I was there, so, helping plan events and trying to come up with fun ways we can bring topics that we care about to kind of the school population or the community population. So I definitely say go for it because you will not regret it.